Today our friend Excella is going to do a comparison. She's going to load asset additions via a spreadsheet. 1,000 assets against the clock, using the More4apps ERP Cloud Toolbox and Oracle's ADFdi. So let's see how she goes. On the left here you'll see the finance module from the toolbox. On the right the ADFdi process from asset management. So let's speed up the clock. She's transferring her asset data into both tools from a source document, and it's a similar process for both. With More4apps the process is a lot faster. Layout flexibility means she's working in a much more manageable set of columns, and it doesn't take you long to finish and kick off the load. But on the ADFdi side it takes longer. Up front she had to insert rows and interface line numbers, and then the data transfer itself is more taxing, just navigating the rigid layout with all those unused columns. But finally she's ready there too, and she kicks off the load on that side. Meanwhile the More4apps tool is working through the load and she has nothing to do. In fact she could easily switch to another application and get on with some other work while it happens. Now the ADFdi validation and load process has limited scope, so it finishes relatively quickly, but the results are not easy to find. Some are visible in the spreadsheet, but when she takes the scheduled job she finds errors flagged there too, so she has two places she needs to look at to make fixes. She'll start with the worksheet. She reorders the data to see the ADFdi rejections and works through the fixes. A task made more difficult because messages are not visible in the sheet, just in the status viewer panel. So she has a lot of row by row work with a cursor to correct them. What a pain. On the More4apps side, the initial load is finished and Excella can see all the errors returned there, with the detail. Which means she can always sort the sheet by error type, and that makes applying fixes easier. Scrolling through similar problems and putting in the relevant changes together with copy down and copy and paste. It's much easier. On the ADFdi side, she's finished the sheet corrections and put them up to Oracle. But she's still left with the other set of problems which she has to fix in the exception queue. To do that, she has to generate a new ADFdi file with the exceptions and work through that. It's really turning into quite a manual task. So she's stepping through all those now, but on the More4apps side the corrections went in easily and she sends them back to Oracle. Meanwhile in ADFdi she's still got so much to do. And while that's going on, the More4apps load is finished. 16 minutes 47, and there's still quite a bit of work left to do in ADFdi. We're ramping the clock ahead now, but it really is a pain in ADFdi. There's just too many manual steps. She needs to check results on both sides for each load and generate a separate ADFdi file each time she strikes a problem. All the while that clock is ticking by. We're whizzing through almost too fast to see now, but you get the picture. She's had to monitor jobs and generate spreadsheets all over the place for corrections, corrections to corrections, and for assets that didn't post. It's so much work. At last, all the assets are loaded and she's finished on both sides. 28.5 minutes in ADFdi. So let's check out Excella's results. ADFdi took significantly longer and she was busy the whole time with manual tasks. In the More4apps tool she had far less to do, less than 4 minutes of manual intervention compared to more than 25.5. That's a huge difference. And she was able to manage it all in one worksheet versus 6 on the ADFdi side. Plus she also gets great added features like advanced in-sheet validation, flexible layouts, and built-in download capabilities. Visit our website for more information. Thanks for watching this video.